Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. All right, I want to go through some things with Gunslinger. Don't worry, all versions of Gunslinger that we develop, royalties will be paid to the designer. Let's just get that out of the way so that we can put the integrity issue to bed. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. We've got a lot of feedback, both privately and publicly, right, in the Facebook and YouTube. About different ideas about where to take Gunslinger. So there's always going to be a Gunslinger 1.0 or 1.1, the original design. And g'day John, good to see you here. Marcus Bay is here, good to see you. Okay, Marcus, you'll see some ideas coming in, which I think you'll find interesting. Marcus, you're one of the people I do want to get. Jacob's here, also him. Todd Gibbings, I'm going to bring one for you. There's some of you guys who have really already got Gunslingers, can give me great feedback really quickly. I don't want to spend the season on Gunslinger. I just want to deal with it really quickly now, get the designs ready so that we understand what we're dealing with and who wants what, and then we can go into a second phase maybe, hey Jared, a second phase of development maybe in the summer break, yeah? So we're trying to lock all this down. So I'm really fortunate. There's some really amazing people who are giving me a lot of help right now in understanding things that maybe we wouldn't all get. Good to see you too, John. Jacob's here. Okay, so here's one, right? I'm going to leave this guy anonymous because there's threats going out there privately to people that are associated with me, threatening them. And they're writing to me privately saying, please, leave me anonymous because, my family doesn't need to see me stressed over this. So there's a really, really evil and disgusting set of behaviors going on out there when we are still operating with integrity. But anyway, enough said. Noah Pedersen's here. Hi to Noah, hi to Audrey, right? Okay, so step one, splashing. So you get a glass like this, right? And you look at that water will go over the top and come back in, yeah? Because of the shape of the sidewall. We take that same water, we tip it into a glass like this, and it will ride up and down the wall, right? And then it'll come over. And then I've only got, being a guy that lives in an apartment on his own most of the time, this is the full limit. Then we take a sidewall. So what we're looking at is the sidewall, right? A sidewall like this. And we go like with some motion, and you can see that's straight on my pants. That's not really clever. And you can see the water just up and no resistance, right? So you have a sidewall like this and it rolls it around and you can see the water go up and over and back in. You have a sidewall at this angle and you can see the water will basically hit the wall like this and then bounce back off, right? Maybe it'll roll over. And as soon as you put a sidewall like this, then the water's going to have a tendency. So we take tip jar, right? Tip jar sidewall is significantly, straighter than if I took you, hang on a sec, if I get you straight off the tech pack. Yeah. Right, original design, then you can see this angle here on the Gunslinger. So if anybody wants to understand what happened between tip jar and Gunslinger, it's this angle here which allows water, so just basically a sponge, baffle the water, problem solved. But it's part of the science. Now, take that into, and here's another one from the designer, right? We've made it, but it's a designer-inspired product, right? And you look at the sides on this, straight as a die, right? Jeff Price is here. Single product, for people who are just a single tool, right? Single mop, you look at that, sitting in there, single mop. And then obviously your squeegee, or one or two squeegees can go into the squeegee channel. We'll probably make this a little bit bigger here so that that's not so tight, and because you don't need so much room in there for your squeegees. Okay, so this, you can feel the ability to be able to straighten these sides by taking it. Dean Tomic is here. Hey Dean, geez, we go back, what are we talking, 20 years? Maybe more? Yes, and exactly. They shouldn't have that much water in their pouch, but what happens, I shouldn't say that, because the people running from California across to Texas are running in really hot water and they want loads of water in their gunslinger, and we should make a gunslinger that caters for that. That's fine. That's where this one's going to come in. Tip jar will have, you know, straighter sides. It's easier for us to give it straighter sides because we have the straight across here. We can bend the plastic. We can get it right. So I'm happy. I mean, I want to make gunslingers that suit you. All right, now here's the next point: ergonomics. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay, this is a short gunslinger, no tip. Oh, let me just talk that through. So here's the logic. Eric Bland was the first guy, but so everybody's going to blame Eric Bland for the sacrilegious comment. However, we did a survey of everybody who bought a gunslinger, and there were a load of people who said, I don't need the tip, scrap the tip, right? So you can see, now the problem, if we scrap the tip like we have here and put screws in here, somebody wrote back, Eric Sanders and Craig Hardman wrote back and said, yeah, the chair's great, isn't it, Jeff? And said, yeah, but you can't maintain it. So what we're looking at now is putting aluminum finger bolts in here so that, you know, if you want to clean it out, you'll still have the tip function, but it'll actually be fixed. Look at it, it's stunning. It's just beautiful. If you want to see a gunslinger like that, that's a gunslinger with a front sling, with no strap, absolute recovery, straight in here, beautiful lines all the way around, you know, gorgeous. Like I am determined to get this project right, and we will pay the designer no matter what anybody tells you. Just because somebody doesn't believe me doesn't mean I'm not believe worthy. Yeah, look at that. So we've got it looking really sweet, and that's, if anybody wonders why 1.1 is not for sale yet, it's because we want to finish all this. We do have our friends are getting 1.1s. Guys who have owned gunslingers before will get samples of these. If there's one of these that inspires you and you want to get one, so you can pass back comment to me, then we'll make you one, you know, our good friends, because somebody has to own a gunslinger already to be able to say this is an improvement or this is not, right? So that's my call. And we'll always look after you guys. Did you, Jeremiah? It looks stunning, right? It's just beautiful. The 1.1s are stunning. I'm sure that the move to PVC is exactly right. We'll always have the nylon fabric ones available, but because we've got like thousands cut, you know, that's what people don't realize is we've cut thousands and thousands of pieces, you know, to be a factory, to be able to meet the demand. So, you know, that gives you an idea. Rubber feet so that the short guys don't scrape it up. And like that, okay? Now, so ergonomics. So this other guy, super guy, gave me all this information. He said, look at this. Here's your ergonomics. If you have your squeegee, right, in here, and the handle is against your body, right? Excuse my shirt hanging out. Let me tuck that in. Okay, let's see if I can look decent. All right, in case anybody screenshots and puts it up somewhere. Perry Tate wears red underwear or something. Okay, so here you go. If this handle is here, right, up against the body, see that? And you have to pull it up. Here's the limit. For those muscles, you do that. For those muscles, you can only pull it up. If the elbow is against the body, there's a limit how high the arm can go. Right? So I'm going to put my marker there. Now, if I put it there, where it's away from the body, yeah, can you see that? It's away from the body, and I grab it there, I can pull it up all the way to there. Is that amazing or what? I mean, that's ergonomics. So what we've got to do, if you're using 18s, 20s, 22s and things like that, you put the handle here, you can't get it out. So then you have to angle, so you're pulling it out at an angle, so because you're trying to change the ergonomics of the rotator cuff and the elbow and the way that the arm works. So this is not right yet, but if you have a look really closely here, we have got, basically, we're thinking about making two settings, one where you can put the handle out and one where you can put the handle in, right? Because on the other side, you're going to be, let's say you're going to run like this. Let's say you don't want to pull, because one of the things is if you pull the squeegee out from here on the other side and you actually, instead of wearing it on the same side of the handle that you use, you go to the other side, you watch. You can pull it up past your head like this. So again, the ergonomics is fine if you're reaching across your body, but here you might want to have it up against your body right? So that you can pull it up, and as compared to if you put it away from the body, the rotator cuff pulls, and you get this power and this pressure and difficulty across here, right? So there you go. It's that movement there, getting the squeegee handle to be held where you want it to be held. So those of you who are really scientific and everything like that, I'm going to have another play with this and see if we can open these up or stiffen these up or whatever and have 2 settings for there. I think that's pretty exciting. And then of course the mop is in the front, yeah? So the mop is in the front. That makes sense, right? The mop is in the front, it's always going to be out. That's why that's easy to get to. The handle here, if it's up against the body, only comes to there. If you can put the handle slightly away from the body, then you can pull it all the way out if you're using long handles. Okay. Whew. Wore myself out. All right, so single tool. There'll be a long single tool and a short single tool gunslinger. And then we're going to have, obviously we'll have tip with tip function, tip with no tip, but you'll still be able to tip it. Pardon me to maintain it, but other than that, you'll tip it the same way as you tip any other bob, Pardon me. And I think that's it. If there's anything else that, just watch the channel. Yes, you don't want the channel pointing towards the body. Yeah, and the other thing about this design, I'm glad you brought that up. The other thing about this design is that it will hold the channel here. The other thing we're working on, those of you who use, I think there's an Unger, which has an end cap on the channel, and the Mormons have an end cap on the channel and it's catching on the inside. So we're working on that now. So there'll be a Mormon Unger specific version of the Gunslinger, or they'll all be modified so that we could actually have that clip knot catch. Yeah. So there's so much more coming, and it's not coming from me. I mean, like, I'm not a claimer. I'm a listener. So you guys, if you get ideas, you get thoughts. I'm lucky that some of you are sending me videos, having ideas, sending me photos, sending me product thoughts. I'm good at collaborating those thoughts and turning them into something which is commercially viable, or at least starting the wheels moving. But we're a year into Gunslinger, let's say, and all of a sudden we work out because somebody showed me, not because I can show you, right? And then now we can say, okay, now categorically we know this single tool system is going to have straighter, I am passionate, but you shouldn't be promoting me because you work for me. But you do know me better than most people because you talk to me every day, so that's cool. I'm talking to Dante. So this will have straight sides. So this is going to be, a bucket that'll hold a lot less water for the guys who want more water, but it won't slosh, yeah. And Gunslinger is not designed to carry water because the designer uses a bottle, and when he uses a bottle, this is only really to capture the water, not to carry water. However, we know that there's a market of people, down south who are in the heat who want to carry water. They've asked me to carry water, so we're designing solutions to be able to carry water. There's another version that we're looking at where we'll bring this right up, so it'll capture up here, because if we're not using a tip on a day-to-day basis, then we can bring this right up, and then they can carry an S-load of water if they want to, okay? So yeah, we're just listening, still listening. You tell us what is going to work for you, yeah? What do you want? How do you want it to work? How do you want it modified? That's my job. We'll pay the royalty on every one that we make. We're not trying to get out of the rules. We're going to keep them all as gunslingers, okay? Just in case you read anything. All right, great. Oh, Thursday. I think that the sugar tit, Jamie Schmidt has got a sugar tit. Sugar tit is the bright orange one. It's just stunning. That's my favorite. Okay, and then I'm heading down to Perth. Those of you who are in Australia or know anybody who's an Aussie, I'm going to be in Perth March the 7th on a Thursday. We're hiring the Joondalup golf resort. We've got glass, we've got a conference room, and we're going to do some indoor and outdoor training. Craig Hardman's flying across from Melbourne. That's about a 5-hour flight. He's coming across to do that with us, and he'll also be able to give us a hand. Peter Thomas, good friend of mine, He'll also be there helping us with his equipment, so he'll have a flow, and he's got a warrior. So today I'm going to send a tactical. Bree and Harrison will be there, my children. So they'll be organising and making phone calls and getting it all sorted. There's food on site. We're going to stay back and have a beer afterwards because there's a bar there. It's going to be a fantastic and amazing day. And I'm going to pass on a whole lot of knowledge about pure water, about Black Diamond, about holsters, gunslingers, and about constructor brush and window weapon, and about tactical and warrior, the rigidity of the poles. And we're going to talk about fluid dynamics. So everything which I know about window cleaning efficiency, safety, getting people cleaning windows faster, better, safer. I'm going to download all of that in 50-minute chunks, right? It's going to be quite amazing. So we'll try and get a bit of film going on that as well, so that we can sort of have it out there as a resource as well. Okay, good. Any questions? Let me see. Fire away quickly. Oh, great, Jamie. I appreciate that. And I'm sure Dante does too, because we didn't really have it. The Myrtle Beach was kind of like a, okay, we'll support it, and then oh hell, maybe Dante can go, and then it wasn't kind of well planned. But the next one we'll have a better plan, right? And I got to teach Dante how to demonstrate. Okay, great. So any questions about angles, single tool, long and short, for if you're just going to run short tools, like let me just show you like the idea. Phil Alexander. Okay, so if you've got a tool like this, when you look at it, it's only in that far, right? So there's no reason to do that. No, we're not invited to huge. You should know that. Thanks, Marcus. So this one, you can see this one goes into there, right? So we're gonna have a short one and a long one. Marcus, if there's any of these that you actually want to give a trial to, I'll send one to you. Okay? Let me know, because the guys that are really scientific and really in detail, then you're the guys, and you've proven that to us before. Those are the guys we want to send some of these out to and get the field testing feedback. Yeah? Okay? Before we turn them into products for 2019. And I want to make all those decisions quickly, and I'm going away for a week to Australia. So, game on. All right, guys, talk soon.